Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
Good evening, everyone. The community is rallying behind a Rokeby family after a blaze tore through their home, killing a little girl and leaving another in a critical condition. Authorities saying the cause of the fire could take several days to determine.
Returning to her family home, a mother tries to process a tragedy, grieving the loss of her daughter Harlan, her life cut short yesterday morning.
There's no words. No one should have to go through this.
What was supposed to be a day celebrating her sister Jordan's birthday quickly turned into heartbreak. 22-month-old Harlan, killed after Ben Boyd Circle home went up in flames around 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Her 5-year-old sister also trapped in the blaze, now fighting for her life.
She's still currently in the Royal Hobart Hospital in a critical condition.
Her 5th birthday, she didn't get to open her presents.
Firefighters describe the scene as confronting, saying it's a tragic accident, confident there are no suspicious circumstances.
We are confident that the fire has originated in the lounge room.
Police say it could take several days before the cause of this tragedy is determined due to the complexity of the fire and the need to talk to a number of outstanding witnesses.
Tasmania Fire Service and Tasmania Police will leave no stone unturned to work out what's happened here.
The community rallying together in support of the grieving family in what could be a lengthy recovery. A close friend of Harlan's mum starting a GoFundMe page.
No one saves money for a thing like this, and she's my best friend. It's great. It's amazing that people want to do so much.
Little Harlan is being remembered by her family and friends as a light in their lives.
Harlan is a beautiful, beautiful little girl. So happy.
Rebecca Gadaneris at 7 Tasmania News.
The state government is standing by its pick for the state's top judge. The new Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Tasmania, Chris Shanahan, was sworn in at a ceremonial sitting in Hobart this morning. The decision to appoint him drawing criticism last month, with the Tasmanian Women Lawyers Association saying he wasn't known to have held judicial office before and had no apparent link to the state.
We want to appoint the best person for the job, and that's exactly what we've done, and the new Chief Justice will be outstanding.
He becomes Tasmania's 15th Chief Justice, replacing Alan Blow, who stepped down last year. Public consultation for proposed laws granting Tasmania Police greater powers to tackle knife crime has now opened. Known as Reed's Law, it would give officers capacity to detect knives and introduce stronger penalties for people illegally carrying the weapons.
It's important that we take strong action against knives, and the legislative power for our police officers, more effective searches, is critical for keeping Tasmanians safe.
Lorraine Ludwig is the Tasmanian mother of a stabbing victim and has spent years lobbying the government for stronger laws.
It's been hard work. We've been chipping away, but I feel that the pace has quickened, and I'm very grateful for that.
Consultation will wrap up at the end of next month. A popular Tasmanian golf club has fallen victim to a brazen vandalism attack, causing significant damage to several greens. In an extra blow, the offender struck just hours before a major tournament was scheduled to tee off.
A trail bike carving a trail of destruction. The young joyrider seen tearing up Launceston Golf Club last night, ripping up greens, destroying fairways and a tee.
It's very disappointing. This is a really community club. Everyone comes down here from all over to see someone come in and do that. It's very, very disappointing.
The shock attack striking just hours before the start of the Tasmanian Junior Amateur Championship.
80 of the best juniors in the country come down to play, and 12 hours before the first tee off, you get disruption like this.
After 8 weeks of preparation, grounds crew were left in a race against time, working around the clock to bring the course back up to par.
Last night was a bit of head scratching going on, but the boys got stuck in this morning bright and early, and we've put it into play as best we can.
They've done a good job of it.
The repairs didn't throw players too far off their game.
It didn't really affect my putt much. I had to putt a little bit faster, more speed on it.
While play has been largely unaffected, the course isn't out of the woods just yet. The next 48 hours will be crucial and it could see the damage bill rise.
The next 48 hours is going to probably tell the story of how much more work we're going to have to do and see if it does survive and come back.
Tasmania Police has been made aware of the incident and says it's investigating. Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
A stoush has ignited between independents over the Macquarie Point Stadium as the fallout from a scathing report into the project continues. The government is still standing by the development, but a leading political analyst says they could struggle to win back support for it.
The government is adamant Mac Point Stadium stacks up, despite a damning report by leading economist Nicholas Gruen finding it doesn't. But a key independent is questioning the review's conclusions.
There's a lack of an acknowledgement of a revenue stream for naming rights sponsor for the stadium.
Remaining critical of the report, including crowd assumptions and other factors.
The benefits outweigh the costs.
But the Jackie Lambie Network and independent Christy Johnston don't agree.
I'm satisfied that Dr. Gruen has applied correct methodology.
Dr. Gruen never went into this forensic details of it with a pessimistic mind.
Urging the Rockcliffe government against dismissing the economist's recommendations and to go back to the drawing board.
The government are only to blame as if they've been, in my opinion, too weak with the AFL.
It isn't what they wanted to hear. They're digging their heels and ignoring that report, and they're putting Tasmania's future at risk.
The government today announcing they've had strong feedback from private investors after its registration of interest process wrapped up on Friday.
That's people from around our country, but it's people from around the world who recognise that this is a phenomenal opportunity.
But political experts say the stadium report is damaging for the government's reputation to deliver major infrastructure projects.
This is also on the back of other issues like the ferries and the port development for the ferries.
Anthony Dodd, 7 Tasmania News.
Environmental advocates have again brought forestry operations to a temporary halt at another site in the Kunyani Range. One protester from the Grassroots Action Network hoisting themselves into the air while attached to machinery as the group calls for an end to native forest logging. The government slamming their behaviour as disgraceful.
It's completely unethical behaviour from these radical activists. Workplace invasions are not on.
The protest is part of the group's 20 days of action, raising concerns about the ecological impacts of the industry. Creators from across the country can now enter one of Australia's most prestigious art competitions. Running for the 9th year, the Hadleys Prize is open to Australians aged over 18 years. The award honours the top 2D portrayal of the country's landscape with $100,000 in prize money.
It does welcome artists from all stages of their career as well, so it's not just for the established artists.
And one of the things I guess I'm interested in is looking at how landscape is interpreted and represented.
The competition typically receives around 600 submissions. Entries close in March, with the winner to be announced in August. As summer heats up and vegetation dries out, the bushfire season enters its most dangerous period. Authorities are reminding Tasmanians that fires of any sort have deadly potential.
Sunday afternoon is usually meant for relaxing, but all these Mayfield residents could do in the face of a grass fire creeping ever closer to their homes was watch.
During periods of high fire danger, fires can develop quickly and they can impact communities in a very short space of time.
Embers from the blaze reportedly igniting an inferno at a business kilometres away. A stark reminder of how easily fires can spread.
In the 2012 fires, we've seen embers travelling from one side of the southeast peninsula to the other.
Crime Stoppers Tasmania asking anyone who lights a fire in any form to do their part in preventing blazes.
The Tasmanian community have really come to the front.
A new partnership between Tasmania Police and the Fire Service rolling out.
The You Light It, You Own It campaign targets recklessly lit and accidental fires.
Authorities calling for anyone who sees anything suspicious to call in an anonymous tip.
Notify us quickly so we can mount an appropriate response.
Or upload photos and videos.
That is one of the most successful tools that we have introduced.
While Tasmania's summer has been comparatively fire-free so far,
how the weather unfolds for that season that really dictates how the fire season looks.
weeks after bushfires devastated Victoria's Grampians region and days after LA's worst wildfire disaster in decades,
we're not out of the picture down here by any means.
The campaign a reminder to Tasmanians to consider their actions.
Be aware of total fire bans and whether fire permits are required.
Taking on board the message, any spark can start a fire. Tom Crosby, 7 Tasmania News.
The Hobart Hurricanes have finished the regular season with a loss, but now turn their attention to tomorrow night's qualifier. It's a childhood dream from one of the team's breakout players, who grew up cheering on the Purple Army from the stands.
Under a Melbourne sky, it was the Stars first to the crease. Marcus Stoinis and Tassie's own Bo Webster wasting no time. The pair adding 45 for the third wicket before Stoinis was out trying to lift the run rate.
That's gifting your wicket to the Hurricanes.
3 for 81 in the 11th. The Stars needed something special. Webster got going and suddenly the Stars lit up. The slug from Snug continuing his golden summer.
What a way to bring up your 50.
Glenn Maxwell continued to hammer the Hurricanes bowlers, smashing 76 off 32. The target of 219 was always going to be tough for Hobart. Big hitter Mitch Owen hit his first ball for 6, but the Stars got the early break.
Goes over long on. Back comes Stoinis! What a catch!
Owen wasn't going down without a fight, the right-hander blasting 38 from 16. Tim Davis 27 from 18 balls, and a cameo from skipper Nathan Ellis in the end, not enough. The Canes losing by 40 runs. Focus now turning to the Sixers at Ninja Stadium tomorrow night for a spot in the final.
To be able to win the first silverware for the Hurricanes would be amazing.
Fresh off a 3-year deal extension, playing a final in front of a home crowd is a childhood dream for young gun Mitch Owen. A picture of him as a child painting 1,000 words.
Those memories are great sitting on that hill. Never thought I'd be in this position and super grateful and proud to be here.
The 23-year-old soaking up every minute of the team's success.
Absolutely loved every game I played, especially at home. It's been so much fun having friends and family in the crowd, and I can't wait for tomorrow night.
It's looking like 3 key jack jumpers will miss the remainder of the NBL season after the team continues to battle with injuries. Coach Scott Roth says big man Will Magnay is still 6 to 8 weeks away from returning to the floor after fracturing his toe, with guard Sean McDonald and forward Majuk Deng also sidelined.
Majuk Deng will probably be the only one that might have a slight chance to play in Cairns, but I would say no.
The next game for the Ants is against South East Melbourne on Saturday. The team is currently 6th on the ladder.
Good evening. Not a bad weekend of weather, was it? Bit cloudy today though. Hobart reached 23, Launceston 24, Devonport 20 and Burnie 21. Ouzau high with 27 degrees, Grove and King Island 25, Flinders Island, Friendly Beaches and Strawn all 24, St Helens 23, Low Head and Lyowini 21. The showers did try hard today but not much eventuated as the cloud drifted off to the northeast of the state. Thick cloud is over the far north of WA with severe tropical cyclone Sean in the area. Scattered thunderstorms are over Queensland, high cloud through South Australia and Victoria. Tomorrow, the cyclone will move to be just west of Carnarvon. A trough lies over the mainland, pushing down into Western Victoria. A cold front there to our west building. West to southwest winds 10 to 20 knots over the west and south. Lighter north-nor'easterlies over the north and east. Forecast for Hobart tomorrow becoming cloudy, fine though, 26, 23 for Adventure Bay, partly cloudy for Tarraleah, warming right up to 27 degrees. 29 and sunny for Launceston, Devonport 23, 25 the top for Bridport, all fine and clear. Same for Burnie, 23 the maximum, Strawn partly cloudy but 23 degrees and 24 the top for Marrawar. St Helens sunny and 25, warming right up to 28 in Swansea and 26 the top on Flinders Island at Whitemark. On Wednesday the showers start and we'll dig in in for a couple of days. They should contract to the northeast Wednesday afternoon though. However, they will push statewide again on Thursday, more likely over the northwest, and on Friday showers again contracting to the west and north in the evening. Cloudy and 39 in Perth, bit of a sticky one I reckon there. Sunny and 31 for Adelaide, warm in Melbourne, 32 the top. Sunny weather for Canberra and Sydney, fine but cloudy in Brisbane. It's partly cloudy and 20 over Hobart at the moment, 22 in Launceston, clear in Devonport and currently 19. And I must make mention that today is a very special day as Tasmania's very own Wolf Brothers have released a new song with none other than the Wiggles, Lou. It's called Dorothy Doll. And Lou, I'm betting it'll be #1 before you know it, but you've probably already downloaded it, haven't you?
Oh, you are a betting man for good reason. Thank you for that, Murph. That is all your news for this Monday. Thank you for joining us. I'll be with you again with updates later. Good night.